It's official. Megan Fox and Brian Austin Green have ended their 10-year-long marriage. Brian announced the split on his podcast on Monday. Then, right after the breakup announcement, Machine Gun Kelly dropped his new music video for Bloody Valentine, starring none other than Megan Fox, leading many to believe that Megan Fox and Brian's relationship ended because Megan cheated. They were photographed together picking up takeout from a restaurant in Calabasas on May 15th. Reports that Megan and Brian's relationship was on the rocks started to surface in April. For one, they weren't quarantining together. I love how it's like, well, they're not quarantining together, they must be breaking up. But it's true though. You definitely wouldn't want to quarantine with somebody that you want to break up with, that's for sure. Megan also shared a photo of herself on social media with the caption, "Eventually butterflies get bored sitting on a flower for too long. They start feeling smothered. It's a great big world and they want to experience it." Brian then confirmed that they split on May 18th on his podcast. Then while the world was just like getting up to speed on the fact that they were breaking up, Machine Gun Kelly dropped his steamy music video for Bloody Valentine featuring Megan Fox. And it was a little bit 50 Shades of Grey going on in there. The two clearly had chemistry. And honestly, it's really great to see Megan Fox embrace her sex symbol vibes again. That part of herself she hasn't really shown the world since she's been married. It's been a while. Megan and Machine Gun Kelly reportedly got close while shooting the film Midnight in the Switchgrass. Brian said on his podcast that when she left to shoot a film, she came back and she seemed distant. She reportedly told him, "I realized while I was out of the country working alone that I feel more like myself and I liked myself better during that experience, and I think that might be something worth trying for me." This has led many to believe that the reason why Megan left Brian was because she cheated. If this was the reason, then it definitely wouldn't be the first time that she cheated. Shia LaBeouf, her Transformers co-star, admitted that they cheated while Megan was engaged to Brian Green. Shia said in an interview at the time, "Look, you're on the set for 6 months with someone who's rooting to be attracted to you, and you're rooting to be attracted to them. I never understood the separation of work and life in that situation, but the time I spent with Megan was our own thing, and I think you can see that chemistry on screen." When asked to elaborate, Shia LaBeouf specified that it was likely around 12 times that they were together. Insiders told US Weekly that Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox have been hooking up. But as far as Brian is aware, they're just friends. He said on his podcast, "I've never met him, but Megan and I talked about him and they're friends at this point. And from what she's expressed, he's a really just nice, genuine guy. I trust her judgment. She's always had really good judgment." In response to the cheating rumors, Brian also said this, "I don't want people to think that they are villains or I was a victim in any way with any of this, because I wasn't. This isn't something new for us. This is something new for people to experience and hear about in the press. But it's not new for us." Brian and Megan are still technically married and they haven't filed for divorce yet. According to Brian, they've been separated for a long time, but they're only now coming clean about it to the public.
In at number 10, Kristen Stewart. It was called The Kiss Heard Around the World. At the time, Kristen Stewart was in a long-time relationship with her Twilight co-star Robert Pattinson. Although while filming the movie Snow White and the Huntsman, she was spotted getting a little too cozy with the director Rupert Sanders. The photos were clearly snapped by paparazzi lurking in the bushes because the pair did not even notice. In regards to these photos surfacing, she said, "I'm deeply sorry for the hurt and embarrassment I've caused to those close to me and everyone this has affected. This momentary indiscretion has jeopardized the most important thing in my life, the person I love and respect the most, Rob. I love him, I'm so sorry." I don't think Robert Pattinson is ever going to forgive her for that, and he's Batman now, so he doesn't even have to worry about her anymore. In at number 9, Scott Disick. For a long time, the relationship between Scott Disick and Kourtney Kardashian has been tumultuous to say the least. Even the rest of the Kardashian family was confused about the status of their relationship, although it became much more clear when Scott was caught getting a little too close with his ex-girlfriend Khloe Bartoli. Following the paparazzi taking these photos, the two broke up, although that was just the nail in the coffin moment. Before this, Kim Kardashian actually caught a woman hiding in Scott's bathroom while in Dubai. What a sentence, man, I need to get rich. Following those exposing photos, Kourtney wanted to rekindle the relationship, so she invited him to vacation with the family in Costa Rica. And while there, he tried to sneak another woman into the hotel room, all while he was trying to reunite with the mother of his child. Scotty doesn't know. In at number 8, Nick Young. This is another one of those messy celebrity breakups that had people shaking their heads the entire time. At first it started as a prank when the LA Lakers were recording player D'Angelo Russell and inadvertently included fellow player Nick Young. In the video, Nick apparently admitted to cheating on his girlfriend, rapper Iggy Azalea. Young then said it was false, Iggy said okay, and the relationship went on. However, not too long after that, she caught him on a security camera bringing women into their home. What? To make matters even worse, Young was still expecting a baby with his ex-girlfriend. A baby that was definitely conceived while he was cheating on her with Iggy. And following the security cam footage, Iggy tweeted out, "I broke up with Nick because I found out that he had brought other women into our home while I was away and caught them on the security footage. This is just like a second shot to the chest, and I feel like I don't even know who the hell it is I've been loving all this time." Yikes. In at number 7, Jason Aldean. Back in 2012, country singer Jason Aldean was in some serious hot water after photos of him surfaced making out with American Idol contestant Brittany Kerr. When these photos were leaked online, the singer was married to his high school sweetheart Jessica Aldean. Obviously they had the same last name, they were married. The pair even had 2 daughters together. Jason Aldean did make a formal apology to Jessica for the one-night stand, but not too long after that, the two divorced. Then 3 years later, he and Brittany Kerr got married. Although that is a bad precedent to start your relationship on. Yikes. In at number 6, Ryan Felipe. At the time, Ryan and Reese Witherspoon seemed to be in a very happy relationship, or as one journalist said, a match made in blonde heaven. The actors were married for 8 years and had 2 children together as well. Rumors began to circulate that Reese had found text messages between Ryan and his stop-loss co-star Abby Cornish. Soon enough, photos surfaced of the pair getting close while taking a break on set. Once splitting with Reese, Ryan told Insider.com that no outside person caused their divorce and that they had difficulties in the relationship long before meeting Cornish. Still pretty sleazy. In at number 5, Tim Burton. This one hurt. This one hurt real bad. I love you, Tim Burton, but I'm gonna go in on you. Filmmaker Tim Burton became an iconic figure in entertainment following the success of his movie Nightmare Before Christmas, with many of his other films of course becoming cult classics. While he was dating actress Helena Bonham Carter, he was caught cheating on camera. The couple had been together for 12 years before photos obtained by the Daily Mail surfaced showing him leaving a movie and smooching a mysterious blonde woman. Burton and Helena also had 2 kids together as well, and I'm starting to see a trend here that I don't really like. And Burton denied any wrongdoing and stated that he had been out with family, friends, and colleagues. However, when you look at the photo of them getting super close, it's pretty hard to dispute what we're looking at here. Timmy, you cheating. You cheating. You cheating. In at number 4, Offset. How these two are still together is beyond me. Offset didn't just cheat on Cardi B with several women, but a video even leaked of the rapper cheating on his wife. Literally every month his name was linked to a new cheating scandal. Not too long after Cardi's estranged husband interrupted her show in Los Angeles, he begged her to take him back. He even made a floral display of roses that spelt out "Take me back, Cardi." Although Cardi did not seem impressed by the display of affection, and shortly after she announced in an Instagram post that they were getting divorced. Which is confusing because they're still kinda together, like she's tweeting out stuff like "proud of my man" and she's referring to Offset. The whole thing is weird. In at number 3, Liam Hemsworth. Liam and Miley Cyrus first got together while filming the movie The Last Song, but when Miley had that racy VMA performance with Robin Thicke, the relationship started to deteriorate. However, it wasn't Miley that was responsible for the ending of this relationship. Liam Hemsworth had been caught on camera getting a little too handsy with actress Eliza Gonzalez. Additionally, there were reports coming out about him texting his Hunger Games co-star January Jones that Miley even references to in her album Bangers. I think it's in the song F You. Look that up. You'll see this and then listen to that and be like, oh no, no. In at number 2, Brad Pitt. Well, we all saw this one coming. I mean, for real, no relationship that begins with people cheating ever ends with a happily ever after moment. Brad originally cheated on Jennifer Aniston with Angelina Jolie after filming Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and then she literally had to drive around LA and see billboards of them together. That must have been a goddamn nightmare. But then Angelina suspected Brad was cheating, so she hired a private eye detective who uncovered some very incriminating photos of her husband kissing his World War II co-star Marion Cotillard. A A source close to Angelina said, "She hired a private eye because she felt that he was fooling around with her on the set, and it turns out he was, and that was the final straw." And indeed it was, because not too long after, Angelina Jolie filed for divorce. Last but not least, in our number 1 spot, Kevin Hart. This entire scandal was recently covered in Kevin Hart's new docuseries on Netflix, where he fully details what went down that night in Las Vegas, amongst many other things that went down in the last few years of his career. The show even interviews his wife Nico as she emotionally recaps when she saw the video and how it made her feel. While Kevin was with a friend in Vegas, he cheated on his wife, and his own friend was the one that set him up. Yes, Kevin did do this to himself, and he takes full responsibility for his mistakes. I don't know why I sound like his PR manager, but here we go. But you can imagine how terrible you would feel finding out that your own friend tried to blackmail you. The woman seen in the video actually sent the video to his wife, through an Instagram chat or something, or an email. The whole thing is insane, and they were trying to actually use it to get leverage for Kevin to pay $60 million, but instead that man who was trying to extort Kevin Hart ended up going to jail, and now Nico and Kevin seem kind of closer than ever. She even forgives him in the docuseries.
Sliding into the DMs. We've either done it or had it happen to us. To slide into a DM means to initiate romantic contact in someone's direct messages or private messages, either on Instagram or Twitter. There's also this wonderful thing called screenshotting though, which can also end up being a celebrity's worst enemy. Starting off on a heater note, at number 10 we got Offset. Even though Cardi B will always stick up for her man, Offset has been accused of sliding into the DMs of none other than Tekashi 6ix9ine's former girlfriend Jade. Jade posted a video that seemed to show a DM from Offset where he said he missed her. Editors, roll the clip. So that pretty much proves that it was from Offset's account. Offset and Jade have been romantically linked in the past, which makes this a little bit more interesting. Offset then defended himself at the time though and said his social media accounts were hacked. And there were some strange messages posted to his Twitter at the time, very obviously hacked, or either he's pretending to be hacked messages. So who knows if this was actually him that sent this DM or not. It's a pretty convenient excuse though, you must admit. I'd say anything to get Cardi B back if I were him. In at 9 we got J.R. Smith. Professional athletes love sliding into the DMs. There's a couple of them on this list actually. This one is a bit old but pretty damn iconic because of how viral it went at the time. Cleveland Cavaliers player J.R. Smith sent this DM in 2013. Here's a screenshot of the exchange. "I'm going to your game tonight. Dope. Smiley face. Oh really? Oh really what? You trying to get the pipe?" Honestly though, how does that smiley face indicate that she's trying to get the pipe? I'm never sending a smiley again because people will think I'm trying to get the pipe. I think he may have read into that a little wrong. She actually screenshotted it and posted online where it was shared thousands of times. When questioned about the interaction a few years later, he said he was immature and stupid at the time, but he learned from it as well. He said, "Watch what you say on social media, because you might end up on IO." He didn't say that, that's just... In at 8 we got Marco Bellinelli. Yet another NBA player on our list. You gotta give them credit, they're pretty forward and they know what they want. But it's also pretty funny to watch them crash and burn sliding into a fan's DMs. This one is from back in 2013 as well. Bellinelli says, "What's up? Want to see something big to eat? What? Yes, something long and thick to eat. LOL, I have a man, I'm good on that." Shut down, Marco! Oh, honestly, anyone would magically get a man after reading a DM like that. I don't care who you are, it's sorry, I've got a boyfriend. In at 7 we got Shawn Mendes. Now this one is one of the more innocent ones on this list, but it's still relevant. So Shawn Mendes slid into a fan's DMs after he saw some artwork she made of him featuring a butterfly tattoo. He said, "Can you send me a real photo of that butterfly tattoo?" "Of course, let me find it real quick. Love you. Do you have a scan of it?" "What do you mean, like a PNG version of it?" She explains that she used an app called Pixar to give him a butterfly tattoo, and the craziest thing is, Shawn Mendes actually ended up getting this tattoo. How cool is that? Alright, we're getting back to the tea now. I just thought that was a cute story. In at number 6 we have Bella Thorne. Now this one was an accident, but it still counts, and I wanted to include it because let's face it, most of the people on this list are men. So basically what happened was Bella Thorne was trying to slide into Cole Sprouse's DMs on Instagram. She sent him a reply to a collage of photos he posted, where she said, "Wow." But awkward, it actually wasn't his account. She sent the DM to a fan thinking the fan account was Cole Sprouse. She deleted the message because like you can do that on Instagram, but the fan already got a screenshot by then. That must be awkward. I mean, fair enough though, if I were a celebrity I would be sliding into everyone's DMs. Actually that's a lie, I probably wouldn't. I'm chicken. We got Jose Canseco. Jose Canseco is a baseball legend and former athlete who contacted a woman through Twitter in 2012. Here's a screenshot of the exchange. "You're the best. You are. Your Twitter is so great. Thank you. Can I see your face? I changed my profile picture. Check now." 2 hours go by and Jose finally responds with, "Sorry, I have a girlfriend. I made a huge mistake." Okay, so the way I see it, one of two things happened here. Either he did have a girlfriend and he stopped himself from making a big mistake, or he saw what this woman's face looked like and changed his mind. I mean, like, it's a little weird. In at 4 we got ASAP Rocky. And this one was hella embarrassing. ASAP Rocky DM'd a woman on Instagram who turned out to be 50 Cent's ex-girlfriend. He said, "Hey love, I really like your style and would love to build if you're free." 50 Cent then went on social media and put him on blast. He said, "Boy oh boy, last time I seen this punk, he had a dress on. You can't afford Holly, I gave her habits. Get your weight up first boy. Bentley and better over here. Can you buy that? You think I'm Kanye and you whiz." I bet he learned his lesson though. At number 3 on our list we have Justin Bieber. This infamous incident happened back in August of 2017. Most of the time when a guy tries to track you down on social media, it's like a little bit creepy. Even if you're a celebrity. We all creep each other through social media, but to actually go out of your way to like track someone down is weird. So Justin came across the Instagram account of a gym and there was this post featuring a blonde girl. He sent a DM to the fitness account and said, "Who is that girl in your latest post?" Anyways, the girl, Jessica Gober, found out about it and put it on social media, and also she shared how happy she was in her current relationship in a post that said, "I have everything I need right here." That's gotta sting, Justin. It's gotta sting. And at number 2 we have LeBron James. LeBron James has actually been caught sliding into the DMs of a few different women, but this one was the most notable. He slid into the DMs of Instagram model Heidi Hoback, which honestly I can't see why. She's like not even pretty. So that's obviously sarcasm. She's like super pretty, like way too pretty. Like, can I have some of that pretty? Heidi is one of the few girls who regularly flaunts her fishing skills on Instagram. I know, a girl who fishes, like dream girl. So what did LeBron use as his pickup line? "Teach me how to hunt and I'll teach you how to play ball. Deal?" Okay, LeBron, I'll rate that like a 6.5 out of 10. I mean, he's LeBron James, he obviously doesn't have to try that hard. And at number 1 on our list, no surprise here, we have James Franco. Franco has a bit of a tattered reputation when it comes to women, which is unfortunate because he's so dang cute. Like, he's just, his face is just But the time in 2014 where he slid into a fan's DMs makes him far less cute. Here's the famous text exchange. "Who are you with? Do you have a boyfriend? Nearly 18, my mom, and not if you're around." Okay, so he didn't stop messaging her when he found out her age. He said, "When is your birthday? Where are you staying? What is your number?" Whoa, so many questions. She responds her birthday is in May, she's staying at a Hilton in Times Square, and she says, "What do you mean number?" The exchange then moves to text where James Franco asks to see her. He offers to rent a room in her hotel. The meetup never ended up happening because the girl said it was an April Fool's joke, but James Franco admitted the exchange, so it is 100% real. He later said that he demonstrated poor judgment on the show Live with Kelly and Michael.
In at number 10, Nico Hart. This entire scandal was recently covered in Kevin Hart's new docuseries on Netflix where he fully details what went down that night in Las Vegas. The show even interviews his wife Nico as she emotionally recaps when she saw the video and how it made her feel. While Kevin was with a friend in Vegas, he cheated on his wife and his his own friend was the one that set him up. Yes, Kevin did this to himself and he takes full responsibility for his mistakes, but can you imagine your own friend trying to blackmail you like that? I mean, the woman sent his wife this video and then later on the pair decided that they were going to use it as leverage to get Kevin to pay them $60 million. Instead, that man went to jail for an attempt at extortion, and Nico and Kevin seem stronger than ever. In at number 9, Sarah Jessica Parker. This Hollywood couple had been married since 1997, which in the entertainment world is an eternity, despite the cheating rumors on Broderick's part. Apparently, the woman that he had met in 2008, he met her at a bar and they began seeing each other shortly after. Amidst the very detailed rumors, Sarah Jessica Parker still forgave him for cheating, and now the two are still together and thriving today, having 3 children together. In at number 8, Pink. Back in 2008, accusations arose that Pink's husband, Carey Hart, had been cheating on her after almost 2 years of marriage. This definitely caused her to be even more stressed out while on tour that he was, going to be doing something behind her back. Carey is a motocross racer, and now she feared that the expression having fun was happening in a way that she didn't really want to think about. They eventually separated from one another, but after Pink managed to forgive Carey, the two got back together and now have a daughter together named Willow. In at number 7, Khloe Kardashian. Khloe seems to be super forgiving when it comes to her partners cheating on her. I mean, she's already done it twice, and both times it did not work out well for her. First, there was the relationship with Lamar Odom that spawned a new Kardashian spin-off show, although all of that was cut short after news was leaked that Odom was struggling with substance abuse. Then when he cheated on her with Coco, she forgave him with hopes of reconciling the relationship, but ultimately Khloe filed for divorce in 2013. Next, there was Tristan Thompson, and even worse with this one was that Khloe really believed that she had found a faithful man, although photos of him cheating began popping up everywhere while she was pregnant. She forgave him with the hopes that they would stay together to raise their daughter, but that is until she found out that family friend Jordan Woods was one of the people that he cheated with. In at number 6, Robert Pattinson. It was called The Kiss Heard Around the World, and at the time, Kristen Stewart was in a long-time relationship with her Twilight co-star Robert Pattinson. Although while filming the movie Snow White and the Huntsman, she was spotted getting a little too cozy with the director Rupert Sanders. The photos were clearly snapped by a paparazzi lurking in the bushes because the pair did not even notice anyone around them. In regards to these photos surfacing, she said, "I'm deeply sorry for the hurt and embarrassment I've caused to those close to me and everyone this has affected. This momentary indiscretion has jeopardized the most important thing in my life, the person I love and respect the most, Rob. I love him, I'm so sorry." And Rob ended up forgiving Kristen because he didn't want to toss away a 3-year relationship for just one infidelity. In at number 5, Cardi B. How these two are still together is beyond me. Offset didn't just cheat on Cardi B with several other women, but a video even leaked of the rapper cheating on his wife. Literally every other month, his name was linked to a new cheating scandal. And not too long after Cardi's estranged husband interrupted her show in Los Angeles, begging her to take him back, he even made a floral display of roses that spelled out the words, "Take me back, Cardi." And she did not look that impressed. Although Cardi did not seem impressed by his display of affection, and shortly after she announced in an Instagram post that they were getting divorced. Although around the beginning of 2019, it seemed like the two had made amends in order to raise their daughter together. Cardi told Vogue magazine that she felt very conflicted because she wanted to stay with him, but was feeling the pressure from women around the world who were screaming for her to dump him. She ended up working things out with Offset, but made it very clear to him how she felt betrayed. In at number 4, Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber were a very popular duo from about 2011 to 2014, and under that amount of sheer pressure, the relationship was definitely highly criticized at every turn. The relationship certainly had its own issues, but on top of that was Justin's infidelity, or shall we say, multiple infidelities. Reportedly, one of the people that he cheated on her with was Kendall Jenner, but a lot of the details are kept pretty tight-lipped. Selena constantly forgave Justin every time with the hopes of salvaging the powerhouse couple status that they had just achieved. Although now he's married to Hailey and the rest is pretty much history. He seems to have really changed, but definitely sucks for Selena to have to go through that so publicly. In at number 3, Victoria Beckham. This has been a nightmare for Victoria Beckham, dating all the way back to 2004 when soccer star David Beckham was witnessed leaving a nightclub with Rebecca Luce. To make matters worse, Rebecca was his personal assistant and was very open about their affair. She even referred to herself as his second wife when speaking to every tabloid in the country. Regardless, Posh Spice managed to compose herself, think about her children with David, and stand by him through it all. In at number 2, Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner reportedly found evidence that Travis Scott cheated on her after the rapper flew back to LA from the East Coast to spend more time with his family. TMZ reported that Travis postponed his Astroworld concert tour in Buffalo, New York to deal with it. Spokesperson for Travis told ET, Travis Scott vehemently denies he cheated on Kylie. It is not true. He did not cheat. He canceled one show tonight because he is under the weather. Now, while it's still unclear if Kylie and Travis are still quarantining together, according to a source close to them, they say that they are still in touch at least and hang out sometimes. Those sources also believe that the reconciliation seems very possible for them. I mean, Kylie must have at least forgiven him a bit because she is constantly still sharing support for Stormi's dad. Last but certainly not least, on our number one spot, Beyonce. Beyonce and Jay-Z are one of the most famous couples in the world. Their story began at the end of the 1990s, and firstly they were friends, but then love won and they started dating. In 2008, Beyonce and Jay-Z got married, and during the last 11 years gave birth to 3 kids. Now the couple has 3 children, 7-year-old Blue Ivy, 2-year-old twins Rumi and Sir, and as Beyonce was learning how to just become a mother, Jay was by her side and everything seemed to be fine for the Carters until the rumblings of an affair between Jay-Z and his new Rock Nation artist Rita Ora came up. Then just 2 months later, there was another rumor that rapper and model Liv claimed Jay-Z came onto her and even asked for her number. It was very hard for both of them, so they decided to find therapy in music and hard work. Jay-Z said that because they truly love each other, they decided to go through this hell and stay together rather than split.